Well, hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see all of you. I hope everybody had a good weekend. We actually had really, really nice weather, and it was fantastic. Even today is in the mid 70s, but it's raining. But I will take this nice weather. And what is the saying? April showers bring May flowers. Yeah, so I'll take it. Polish, what does she do? What does she do now? Huh. Better off asking me what she didn't do, but guess what I did? So my backup channel, I haven't utilized in like over a year. So the memberships were turned off. And it was really weird because then I got like an email. I'm sorry, not an email, notification when I signed into this studio, stating that my appeal was successful. And I'm like, I didn't even appeal. Oh, nothing else was heard, B Tim. Are you serious? Was I just talking to myself? Nobody heard me say, like, "Good morning, the weekend weather, today's weather," nothing? Just straight up talking to myself? Oh, why to do that? That just embarrassed me, but that's okay. I do that often, no shit. Thank you for finally telling me. Wow. B. Tim's the only one that's got my back. Thanks, B. Tim. But anyway, it was really weird because then I went into my actual How does that happen often? Because I wait until, like, I hit go live and it says I'm live. So you mean to tell me that I'm not live when it says I'm live and I have to wait like a minute? Wow, okay. Well, Sage, I will recap. Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. The weather was fantastic here. We got up into the 80s on Sunday. We got rain today with the mid 70s. I sound like I'm now a reporter for the news, but that's okay. Weather forecast, if you will. Blessed be the fruit. So, um, anyway, he said I won the appeal, and I'm like, I didn't even freaking appeal. So it kind of creeped me out, right? So I'm like, is somebody in my account? But then I don't have any emails. So I'm like, this is really bizarre. I don't even know what's going on. As far as the backup, I'm not worried about it. I don't really utilize it. I'm not going to do that manipulative thing that some people do where they're like, let's build up both channels. So you're paying memberships to both channels and I can, pretty much squeeze you out of everything you have in the good old name of, do you support me? Or do you not? You know what I mean? Wow, with the 39 months. Thank you so much. Holy shit, girl. If I'm doing my math correct, and I believe I am, that's a little over 3 years. I remember the good old days. Good old days. Man, if I heard my voice, I'd go right back to bed nonsense. Wake me up to that nutty biatch. Ah, so that's very interesting. But a lot of things have been interesting, have they not? Oh, Blues Girl, you have been a sub since day one, and we just had a YouTube baby. You guys never like not amaze me. You know, I often thank people, but just the fact that it's been years is truly miraculous. Not many people are that blessed. Like right here with new account. How many people have had the same moderator, the same member, the same friend for over 3 years? It is a true blessing, and I'm so thankful for you. Thank you. We got another with the one red rose with the 32 months. Day one right here, Roddy with the 39. Holy crap. You guys are amazing. We've been through so many changes together. Wow. And it is really good to see you, Roddy. I hope everything is going well. I know you are as excited for this nice weather as I am. Anyway, those is anybody shocked by recent events? Exactly, moi. Look at that. The wandering sub, who is a wandering sub, has also been here for 31 months. How many is that? Let me see something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people so far that've been here for over 3 since the day I've been monetized. Truly amazing. Miss Jess, thank you so much. My baby watermelon is growing. You swallowed the seed, and that is okay. We support that over here. Well, there's that. Oh, we got our baby. Holy shit. Bat Brett. Oh my gosh. 38 months. 38 months. Oh, this is amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. It's actually a really good way to start off the stream. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Catherine with the 14. I've been best friends with my best friend Marissa for about 13 years. We've been best friends since second grade. Then, Brianna, it doesn't happen often, and it's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Blues Girl. I don't know if they've all been positive, but I try it. 10,000 cyber op hoax member for 2 months. I'm sorry, Granny Girl. What's up, Zero? Your name cracks me up. Always missing months. I know. They never really do it correctly, Megan. They never do, but holy shit, 3 months. Jen Kova with the 20 months. Or I guess got mine. It's today you started your channel. No, Anna. People are just showing out here, just being amazing. Thank you. Good morning, Granny and chat. Raining here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Yeah, we're rainy here too. Kind of sucks, but I'll bring the April flowers, right? I mean May flowers. Colleen seen with the 35 months. It's like over 10 people that have been here since day one. Well, not been here. A lot of you have been here, but membership wise. And thank you guys so much. Colleen, you're amazing. Sorry if Nellie's toy's loud behind me. I did finally replace the staying mic. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Yeah, Sarah Q, thank you so much. Hit the thumbs up. So is anybody shocked by this weekend's events? Where do we start? Do we start at Seth Rogers, making sure he goes live once a month just to collect the revenue? Or do we go at the I had told you so? No, not shocked by this mess this weekend at all. Me neither. Not one bit. Thank you so much, Pookie Scrammy. I stand with Granny. You're amazing, ladies. Thank you. Thank you so much. Rainbow, I hope you have a great day at work, and thank you so much for being here and supporting the channel. It really means a lot, you guys. Really does. Thank you. Cliff Notes. Cliff Notes. Here's the Cliff Notes. It's always the shady MFers that are pointing they're not MFers. We don't welcome them. Never mind. It is always the shadiest, dirtiest people that are pointing their fingers. Now, I've often said, Sarah, stop that. Ooh. Either do I nonsense because I barely watched any of it, but I do have a lot to get into because I feel like it. But it is always the dirtiest people pointing their fingers, right? And something I've learned this weekend is that what I've always been saying, they project their shit. Hi, Quinny. I've missed you too. Thank you so much. Lori, thank you. I'm so happy that you are an MFer. You guys are the best MFers out here. Just a thanks for letting me share info with you. No, I should thank you for sharing info with me. Don't be silly now. But shit hits the fan like we all knew it would, right? And we knew it would because we know the history of these people. Okay? Oh, Mimi, I didn't realize she was live. I'm sorry. It is our community that we knew what would happen because we have been through it. Exactly, new account. And that is what I'm talking about, right? Like, first off, Loon came over here. I'm guessing it was around October. And first thing she said is, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve this filing. It's clear they chose you on jurisdiction. But she was angry because I had to block her up so you wouldn't see her avatar and you wouldn't see her name. But I did that with intent because I'm not stupid on the way these people operate. See, I come from a sector where these people are they rotate their seats every few months. Nobody's trustworthy. They all, they support you, then they don't, then they put out your text. It's a mess of a mess of a mess. And they do the grossest things. They go as far real life as they can. They attack your family, your loved ones, your children. It doesn't matter. You name it, they do it. So I crawled myself out of the pits of that area. And like fleas they tried hopping on over after me. And the only one who was desperate and pathetic enough to open the doorways to them was Brittany. She's denying coming up because I'll pull it up. Oh, now you just put me to a test. Hold up. So the only one who was desperate enough was Brittany. And she does. She opens her door to her and she ends up doing what we said she would do, which is she would use her for herself. And Brittany's done this with every drama person before. So long as they are willing to attack me, Brittany acts like they've been long life best friends. She forgives all the crap they've done to her, themselves, and she just welcomes them. because she always needs somebody to shield behind. This person, it turns out you paid her to go at me, which I'm sure the judge is going to find very interesting. Yes, she did. Hey, pick me. All right, now we're going back to October time. You just hold on a minute. October, November, December, January, February, March. So 5 months ago. We're going back 5 months. She came up on panel and she said that Jay should stop bringing up, I'm going to guess it was this one, that my address is in there because it's directing people to it. Then she said, am I up here? And I said, yeah. She said, I can't see myself. And I said, oh, I left you backstage, girl. I'm going to find this shit. Don't play with me. All right. Hold on. What is this? You don't ever with me? Many people remember it, but anyway, I will find it. I will find it. And then I have a few things to St. Outlaw, if you're in here, we got to talk, girl. We have got to talk. Anyway, so, when you hear that, oh, well, you shouldn't have, Bernie's like, oh, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. It's like, you know what? Shut up. You weren't fooled. You weren't fooled. You were desperate. You were desperate for somebody to go at me with. You've done it several times before. They've done the same reaction several times before. And now it happens again. And you want to play this whole like, oh, you know what? You're right, sinner. I hope she used me. She used me. No shit. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you shocked? No, you're not. You're absolutely ridiculous to think that people don't see this what it is. All right, so I'm going through, I'm not going to sit here and go through all these streams right now, but I will find it. I am going to find it. I am going to find it. You came up and you were mad I wanted to show your face or your channel name. But I done it on purpose. Anyway, we'll find it, but we won't find it right now, will we? Okay, she knew exactly what she was doing, sinners playing the long game. Right, they all are, though, and this will happen with all of them, and it will happen with the most recent rancid one she accepted over there. She knows what she's doing because she's done it so many times before. We knew it would happen, too. She knew it would happen. The thing is, though, and now you got that little sector is now biting at it, right? So now they're going at Brittany, and in a desperate attempt to come over here, which is why you don't open the door to these type of people. But you didn't care because you were so desperate to go at me. You didn't care. You kept saying things like these people shouldn't be here and, oh, they ruin true crime. They do this. No, you opened the doorway to the filth and now you have to deal with it. Also, by the way, for anybody who's the biggest idiot like I thought they were, exculpatory evidence, they deleted their Twitter to hide exculpatory evidence, Betty. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Exculpatory evidence is used in criminal trials. you moron. The same way you won't accept that this isn't federal. You speak like you know what you're talking about, and after doing true crime and getting so involved in cases the way you have, you should know what you're talking about. And it is utterly shameful that you don't. You, the three E's, all of you weirdos that act like you know a tiny bit of what you're talking about should be ashamed of yourselves. How about Betty over there? They got five. That side got five restraining orders. They tried to get five restraining orders. Yeah, because they're both one and the same, straight talker. Both a bunch of idiots. This is in civil courthouse. This is not federal. Anyway, where I gotta find that clip. Betty's going on about them trying to get five restraining orders and how, if you never even met anybody face to face, you shouldn't try to get restraining orders against them. Can we remind some folks? I didn't even listen to them straight talker, but I do know the E's, you were on my list. Okay. You were on my list. So if you haven't met somebody face to face, you shouldn't try to get a restraining order on them. Does anybody remember Betty filing one against Queen? I can't stand it, Brianna. It drives me nuts. Anybody remember that? Betty, put a one in the chat. If you remember, Betty tried filing one against Queen. What the heck was that? Hold on, let me move this. And then let's go over to our girl Hartley usually has them. All right, so some people remember that. Anybody remember? Oh, thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up on your way in, Grammy's Place. Anybody remember the private intelligence group trying to file one against Barbecue? Put a two. Put a two if you remember that. And while you're at it, if you remember them also trying to file one against Cluminati, put a three. Hey, Pearls, good morning. So we remember the twos against Barbecue, and we remember the threes against Queen, whatchamacallit. Okay, very interesting. Anybody recall Brittany threatening to get a restraining order against me? She never followed through because she didn't have enough to get one, but I recall that. And then you have their latest filing, which would be trying to get a restraining order against me and Barbecue. Betty, I don't know if you ever listen to yourself, but you really sound stupid. Oh my gosh, it's a bit aggravating how stupid you sound. Let me pull this one up. Let me pull this one up.
Salam! I think you guys just like hearing me say that.
What do I think of the E's being in Moon's chat when Moon is being paid by BJ? Were they in it? Well, I think they're all an enterprise is what I think. That's what I think. I think they're all an enterprise. I said from the gate that they projected that onto me because that's the way they operate, right? Like, I'll give a few examples. One would be claiming that I'm being paid to give my public opinion on a public case. No, but then we find out some of them are being paid. That we're being given packets or talking orders, if you will. And then boom, we find out that they are. That nonsense is making up an alt account to go at herself. Well, that tells us that's how you operate. I mean, I could go on and on with this, but that is the best that I have, to be honest. I mean, it is always projection from them. It is always listen to what these people don't say. And that's what you'll find, right? The projection of it all.
That's okay. But this is just insane. So even on that, I guess it was being passed around that Hong was served. And so Hong's ex was...
Nobody said Hong was served, and his name's Z. It's not X. It's not Hong X. Nobody said he was served, just like the E's are over there lying that the judge approved of this filing. When's the court date then? You weirdos. When's the court date? I mean, if I go into a food market right now and I put a bunch of food in my cart, does that mean it was purchased? No. That's all they did was they put the docket in the cart. That's it.
I went through his ex, and he said he hasn't been served with squat.
He's also a liar, so who cares?
He hasn't been served with squat.
And neither have I.
So it sounds like these people are literally abusing this system, this protective order system. Now, this is number 2. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 5 in one group of people that have brought protective orders against people that they've never even laid eyes on, that are not even in their state.
Shall we go through the list of all the people they've tried against as well? Billy Sunday, 34 months. So good to see you. Good morning to you, my friend. Thank you so much. Sucks that you're at work, but I'm going to have to start doing some nice streams. Always comes down to every accusation is an admission. Thank you, Tio. You said it best. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I just want that to resonate and sink in for a lot of people. Okay? This is number 5.
Let it sink in,
in
guys.
a small group of people.
Oh, it's a small group? I thought it was a huge enterprise of like over 50 people. Now it's a small group? You know what's not a small group? The group you're working with. You know, if we just listed off all the creators that they are quote unquote in bed with, that they share packets with, it is well over the amount that they call on this side, right? And they did it on purpose with the Creighton sides. AT, YouTube did steal 2 months from you, but I sincerely appreciate you. Holy shit, 37 months. You guys are amazing. 1 second. 1 second. Holy crap, girlfriend. Thank you so much. Oh, I need another quick second. Hold on. Hold on. Can anyone guess the best defense to them saying they need a restraining order against myself and barbecue is? Well, thank you so much for the gifted. Exactly, Brianna. I think the best defense is their quote unquote plaintiff's own words, right? Their plaintiff's own words are the best defense. Why would these people need a restraining order against me when they're not in my state? We've never met eye to eye. You know, like their own excuses. Now, I'm not stupid enough to think that you have to meet somebody in person to get an RO against them. Because, you know, like in Stephen Fisher's perfect example with him and Hung, that's a harassment order. It's not a restraining order. It's not a protective order. Now, it does put restraints on what he can do, but it's a harassment order. And God bless the states that have them, because every state should have them. I think he was well within his rights to file for one. And I think anybody who was in his position would do the same thing. Now, I had that Regina Romeo, who I can't stand. I fairly rarely do I mention these subscribers' names, but you know what I've noticed? They sure as fuck like to go at my subs, right? They like to go at my subs. They like to intimidate you all, throw your name into filings, say they're going to get their IP addresses of you, and blah, blah, blah. Regina said the dumbest thing. She goes, I thought you didn't like SF anymore. Why are you protecting him? And that's the way these people operate. It's not protecting. My truth isn't dependent on who I like. The truth isn't dependent on who I like. Okay? And the truth of the matter is, SF was well within his rights, and this person said, oh, he can do that, but not look for Sebastian. Who do you people think you are? How do you put more, weight on others to search, but then you have his father there admitting he's not searching, he's not going to search because he doesn't think he's out there. He doesn't think he's out in the woods. Well, Betty just said it's a very small group of people, right, Straight Talker? I think the judge would be interested to hear that. Keep talking, Betty.
That's not coordinated at all. Wow. ER Blue, 5 gifted Bullhorn Betty memberships. Thank you. If you received your Bullhorn Betty membership, don't forget to tell ER Blues thank you. And for the 5 beautiful members, welcome to this crazy family we call the Coffee Club, i.e. the Insane Asylum. Uh-oh, I messed up my base. But it was fun. Hey, Turkey Man. I'm doing today's been a very I don't know. I've been working a lot as is because I got
Yeah, you've been working a lot as is, copying. The most ironic of it all. Christine, thank you so much for the donation to the Give Send Go. Thank you. You guys know what Betty's been hard at work working on? You guys ready for this? Betty's been hard at work working on filing a slap in response to her restraining orders. If there's one thing you've learned, Betty, it would be that, isn't it? The irony. Listen to the irony. You got Betty, who has 4 restraining orders against her because she went to the state of victims. I don't care if you recognize them as such or not. She went there, and she went there with the intent to film them. She was hostile. She made threats. She followed one. She jumped out of traffic. She was wearing Chris on her shirt. Whatever it may be, a judge saw enough that they decided to go ahead and give her 4 restraining orders. This brainiac, this true crime legal beagle brainiac, decides to appeal those, which I get it. Appeal it, right? Most people do appeals. You appeal it. She appeals it on the ground of slap. Why didn't you think of slap months ago, Betty? So let me get this right. Restraining orders are an attempt to take away somebody's freedom of speech, correct? So as you are currently filing a immediate motion for a protective order, you go and say that protective orders are slap? Drop a 1 in the chat if you get the irony of it all. I mean, the pure fucking irony of it. She is copying my lawyer. She absolutely is copying my lawyer. And she's an idiot when she does it. So again, you guys deserve a restraining order because we're hurting your feelings publicly on our free speech. But putting a restraining order against you goes against your freedom of speech. I don't know if a slap will work when it comes to a restraining order. But I do know your current filing will work when it comes to the emergency petition you filed for against me. Oh, it's so riddled with errors, and I'll be honest, I think she does it on purpose. I thought she actually had an attorney for the appeal. No, of course not, because despite all this big support she has, and she's part of the team, they can't do your dirty work over there, can they? They can't do your dirty work. The fact of the matter is, you can't use slap and a restraining order criminal charges. You're a goof troop. And that goes to show that none of you actually have an attorney at your I heard a clip the other day. I'll pull it up in just a moment. Let me just I have so much to say.
So many obligations and I'm burning my candle at both ends, but I don't know. I just go out every now and again when things just get too much. I go out and play ball with Delilah. I leave my phone inside.
She laughs like that because it's not true. What you should do is what your good little friend over there accused me of doing. Okay, let's pull this one up. Let's pull this one up. And then I do have a few things to say about the whole UA situation, to be honest. Damn, where is that? Hold on. I'm looking for you. All right. Let me get on my notifications. Give me just a moment. This dang near cracked me up. Okay. Is it this one? It probably is. And if you haven't seen it, go over, give it a look, give it a view, give it a thumbs up if you like the content. Where the hell is my comment on there? Sorry, I never have this much dead air, but I have to admit I wasn't very organized today. I was rather angry, and I said, you know what? We are gonna jump on and just free flow it all out. Yes, Regina Woman's a weirdo. Why are some of you so weird? It's a bit aggravating. I don't know. It's like they don't have any, like I wrote in my post, anybody who's not emotionally manipulated can see things for what they are. But those that want to be emotionally manipulated, they remain blinded, and they remain blinded either because they either hate me, here it is, or they hate the Proudfoot, or they hate barbecue. That's it. So anyway, check this out. I thought this was hysterical. I took it as a compliment. I think anybody else would too. Listen to this.
She's from defense teams because she talks like a damn shady ass defense attorney. Like, I believe to someone spitting about her.
She is just asking to stop defaming her.
Yep.
Stop talking about her.
How many times have you guys heard me ask BJ to stop speaking on me, especially those of you that have had milestones far past years? T. Adams, you would be one. I please unsubscribe from me. I blocked her on both channels. I blocked both her channels. I don't look at her. I don't want to see her. I want nothing to do with her. And yet she's over here saying, all Brittany was asking is to please leave her alone. You know the best way to be left alone is to stop fucking poking. Stop fucking poking. For years, many times, been 3 years since I subbed to you, a million times, for years, for literal years. Matter of fact, guess what I just came across? I came across Brittany and Melissa back 4 years ago running their mouths about me. Just came across it this morning, matter of fact. Crystal with the 38 months. I have heard you ask so many times. Brittany didn't delete her membership to my channel until she got my ex-mod. And then she had her to watch. Right. We would make truces and she would break it within 12 hours. 12 hours being generous. I actually do like your new picture. It is as believable as hers. Crystal, thank you so much for being here. But anyway, listen to what she says here. I love this. Meanwhile, these are all screenshots of like her,
Go read the filing for yourself. Don't take somebody's word for it. Don't listen to someone spin a narrative. I've listened to Granny. Like, actually listen to her.
Of course you've listened to me. You're obsessed with me. You'd wear my skin if you could. You'd wear my skin if you could. People see it.
And I believe that she's watched court arguments.
Right. Happy
And
holidays.
she's taken like strategies from defense teams.
So because I know the basics of litigation, because I speak as if somebody who knows what I'm talking about, she thinks I studied. She thinks I studied court hearings. You know what that's called, Brittany? That's called access to an attorney, okay? That's called many conversations speaking with my attorney. That's called being educated. First off, it doesn't take much to know the basics of law, especially if you're calling yourself a true crime creator. But I'm not, I'm flattered that you feel that way. Okay, I'm very flattered. Well, thank you so much, Bonnie-O. Thank you, Jay. Good morning, Lilith and Brandy. You feel that way because you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Nothing I have said or stated has been like, oh my gosh, she's studying. First off, yes, I would study if I didn't have an attorney. I suggest you look more into court hearings and these type of proceedings, as opposed to watching my every move. The fact that you stalked me down on nonsenses the other day and played me when we weren't even speaking about you shows that you are the one that can't fucking stop. I could call my attorney right now at this second and he will pick up his phone. Can you say the same about Lasniak? Can you? Bet you can't. Okay? The fact remains and will always remain that you are obsessed with me. You are envious of me, which is why you tried to stop me. And you won't stop me. You will never stop me. Even through this frivolous filing, you won't stop me. Because I have a right to say that you are a piece of shit. But I love that for you. I love that for you. I've listened. So I sound so good in what I'm saying that you think I've studied it? Matter of fact, I heard Brittany say the other day, cohorts. When the fuck have you ever used that word? Because you watch me. Because you watch me. You copy me. You want to be me. Brittany, throughout the years, has done this thing where she takes little bits of this person, little bits of this person, and tries to form it into her identity. People see through it because it's fake. You don't have what it takes.
Like, actually listen to her. And I believe that she's watched court arguments.
Right. Happy
And
holidays.
she's taken like strategies from defense teams. Because she talks like a damn shady ass defense attorney.
Defense teams. First off, you dumbass. If I was watching any court things, it'd be civil, okay? I wouldn't watch defense teams. Secondly, I'm actually flattered that you think I sound like a defense attorney. I am very flattered by that. You know what, CJK? Without her being the manipulative, conning, perpetual victim with zero self-awareness, she would have no views. Okay, that's just fact. But yeah, I sound like a shady defense attorney. You want to know what a shady attorney is? Look no further than the filing you're in. Which brings me over to my next one, because I don't watch everything of Brittany, but if you haven't watched that video, please go ahead and go subscribe, give it a view, give it a like, give it what you think. But it says very much that you think I speak like an attorney. I'm going to go ahead and be flattered by that. I don't know anybody that would jump head into something and not study it. How many of you would study what you're involved in? Matter of fact, I would have done it before I put my signature. Go ahead and let's drop a lucky number 3 in the chat. Let's drop a lucky number 3 in the chat. If you were involved in a civil filing, would you research it? Would you research the court proceeding? Would you research the filings, the case codes, all of it? The only person who wouldn't is you, Sleepy Jean. Okay? Which will bring me to this and then to an email.
Lawsuit that accuses people of organized racketeering, otherwise known as RICO. You need to pay attention to the new
Do you even know what RICO is, Brittany? Do you even know what RICO is?
rulings that are coming down in active civil RICO lawsuits, such as the ruling that was just
Who
handed
won it?
down in Jones versus Combs, otherwise known as Diddy, where a judge just threw out all this.
Can I also point out the irony in Brittany thinking that the way somebody studies is to watch YouTube videos? Can we point that out? The way to study is watching YouTube videos? Does that not explain enough about her? It's a civil RICO, yeah. That's exactly what it is. How many of you study? I mean, you want to pick up a law book, go to Google and read the actual law. You just type in YouTube videos. Oh, and believe it or not, we know you don't do that either.
Civil RICO allegations against Diddy, and in a very rare and shocking move, admonished.
I don't even know what happened, Sassy. How much you do? Curse me out? Political talk on Jay's when you were modding. Please forgive me. I was grouchy. I will always stay behind you. Forgive me. I was grouchy. I will always stay. I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens, Sassy Hound, but I do appreciate that. But you didn't have to apologize that way. Happy Monday, Jay. Thank you so much. Exactly. She just plays somebody else's shit and acts like it's, her doing research. The irony, I'm telling you, the irony is real. Larry Blue, the judge, is going to investigate the Blipboard fundraiser. The judge doesn't investigate that. Cops do. Cops do. A judge wouldn't. These, you come off like you guys are educated, right? You come off in this weird, like, coldish, like, house, what is that called? When you have, like, the one man, but whatever. Nonetheless, that doesn't matter. But the fact that does matter is you're so stupid, you don't realize how stupid you sound. The judge is going to investigate the Blipboard fundraiser. Will she do that before or after or in between the 275 other cases she is currently residing over? Well, when do you think that the judge will do that? Do you really think that the judge investigates anything? You probably do, which is why you should listen very close to what this video here says.
The plaintiff's lawyer for his incompetent and unprofessional conduct. So the first part of this video is an update on
Hey,
Jones
princess.
versus Combs, the explosive lawsuit that was filed by a producer just before Diddy's homes were raided by the
Oh,
feds.
sassy, no.
And the last part of this video is for those of you who are following the civil RICO lawsuit filed by the father of Sebastian Rogers and the band of convicted frauds and felons that claim to be the victims of racketeering YouTubers. So the headline on the Diddy civil RICO ruling is this: the judge has thrown out the RICO claims made against Diddy and his associates by plaintiff Jones,
Who's going to
but has
tell him?
allowed the SA claims to go forward. What
Now,
you're
what
seeing
does this
on the
mean?
screen is the court's
Hey,
conclusion.
Bob.
The court is answering the defendant's motion to dismiss the lawsuit. That's why the conclusion
I like the fact that she's like, y'all don't listen to her. Because she sounds like she knows what she's talking about, because I do. Have I not predicted where we're at today? Let's be honest. Remember when the 3Es over there, you weird shits? Remember when they were over there saying that the judge was going to sign this that week? The week that they filed, they said the judge was going to sign this. Does anybody else recall that? Hey, Miss L. I recall that. It didn't happen, did it? Matter of fact, the judges never even looked at the injunction, which is why they went and they did what they did, which is they filed this frivolous, which was a doorway to get their exhibits in. Their exhibits that still don't show any type of racketeering whatsoever. All it shows is a bunch of, oh my gosh, she called me in the words of Lasniak, a poopy head. Okay. Diamonds forever. Thank you, sweetheart. Sure did. Sure did. And here we are. But they're so educated. Sherry, thank you for the 8 months. Thank you.
reads like it does. It says the motion by defendants is granted in part and denied in part.
Good question,
The
Straight
primary
Talker.
reason the RICO claims have been denied is because the plaintiff failed to show
Ooh,
that the harm that was done
the
to
irony.
him resulted from RICO related predicate acts.
Oh,
It
what
says
are RICO predicate acts? Huh. Anybody else recall when my attorney stated that something they put in there as like a legal case law was not even a case law? Princess, thank you. Wasn't even a case law. I mean, is the case law you claim exists in the room with us now? That's the vibes I'm getting. You're just making things up. Hey, proud fur mom.
here to show RICO,
Chisnet,
a
thank you.
plaintiff must show that the damage to its business or property resulted from the alleged predicate acts constituting the RICO violation in this case.
And in the courtroom, which you can read in the transcripts, my attorney literally said twice, what business has been harmed? What business? Oh, no answer
In
there.
its summary paragraph throwing out the RICO, the court makes a very interesting statement that will come into play when we talk about the YouTube RICO lawsuit. It says, in sum, whether or not Jones has adequately alleged the existence of a RICO enterprise. So basically, the court is saying, hey, the RICO enterprise may exist, but Jones doesn't have claims against it. Okay.
Yes, Lesniak learns of the anti-slap that day. Today, he stood before a judge and swore that he didn't know if I was served or not. But then, I thought so, Justin. I thought you'd been here, my friend, but thank you for renewing it. But then, don't forget, they filed this injunction, then they left it abandoned, right? We put in the anti-slap motion, which is our preliminary objection. They never responded. The judge then goes and sets a court date, and on the paper to set the court date, she points out that they hadn't responded to anything, right? We all remember that. They then hurry up, they scrambled, and they submitted their answers to our preliminary objections. And their one answer, they literally acknowledged. Okay, this was that Friday they put this in. Monday was a hearing. I believe that was the dates. I don't know, but you get the, you know. They literally put in that filing that they acknowledged that I was served. But yet Lasniak went into court that morning and stated that he doesn't know if I was served yet. So he couldn't move forward, despite it being on the docket, despite them serving me via the sheriffs, despite the sheriff updating the docket to show that they served me. Lasniak went in front of a judge and lied. An embarrassing lie, may I add, because that is absolutely embarrassing, but he lied. The Wanderer himself, thank you so much. There is Perry, but not in this situation.
It goes on to say he has not tied the
I like
activities
this.
of that enterprise to defendant's breach of contract or any other business or property harm incurred by Jones. It also bears reiterating that Jones fails to address any of these arguments in his opposition brief. And while the court
Yay!
prefers to decide issues on the merits, it should not be necessary to root around a 402 paragraph complaint to contrive novel arguments on.
Wow. Isn't that interesting? The court should not have to root around 402 paragraphs. How many paragraphs have they entered? Yeah, you got a membership. Welcome. How many paragraphs have they entered? Well over 202.
On Jones's behalf. So the court's basically saying, we're not going to do your work for you. It goes on to say, this court may and generally will deem a claim abandoned when a plaintiff fails to respond to a defendant's arguments that the claim should be dismissed. So the court is saying that there are all kinds of claims in the defendant's motion that the plaintiff didn't answer to. So the court's saying, okay, we're dismissing those claims because you didn't give a valid argument.
That's exactly what they did. They abandoned their suit until they were forced to acknowledge it because we had a slap hearing in which they went and lied in front of the judge. Period. End of. 1,000. With 7,000 pages of exhibits. You think the judge is going to, whatever. I don't even.
Where else are we seeing this?
Yeah.
And further, it says, Jones' effort to convert a garden variety breach of contract case into a RICO suit therefore fails, and his RICO claims are dismissed as to the Combs defendants and Coram. You see, Jones claimed
I think so, Akira.
that all the sex acts that he was coerced into were tied to the larger criminal enterprise that Diddy was conducting and to be unsettling. Blackburn's filings, much of Blackburn is the attorney, much of Blackburn's conduct regarding defendant's motion to dismiss to be unsettling. Blackburn's filings are replete with inaccurate statements of law. Pay attention to that. Inaccurate statements of law.
Can you imagine asking a judge to give you a chance to get discovery? You should have all that before you even file. You're right, Kenneth. How embarrassing was that?
Conclusory accusation and inappropriate ad hominem attacks on opposing counsel. And then it goes on to show.
I'll never forget when they put in plaintiff Lasniak. Suddenly their attorney became a plaintiff.
Examples. And then it continues to say, the court has inherent authority to sanction Blackburn should he act in bad faith, vexatiously, wantonly, or for oppressive reasons.
Well, let me ask you all this. So Tony and Seth are saying they're coming to PA. It's ironic because Dog the Bounty Hunter said he was coming 3 months ago. He never came. But they're coming on the basis that they want to sit in a courtroom, okay, behind a judge and give these big puppy eyes and think that is going to be enough for a restraining order. Ironically, they have to come to my state to file, okay? Does anybody find the irony in that? What did Betty say earlier? Getting a restraining order against somebody you've never even saw face to face? So they're going to come to my state. Julia's going to come again in her fatigues because, you know, she's using the military to shield herself from criticism, in my opinion. And they're going to sit there and you're going to have myself, and I don't know if barbecue's going to go or not, on one side. Again, ask yourselves which side is a quote unquote enterprise. Okay. We're halfway there. Right, it's intimidation. I'm not going to be intimidating my own state. I'm not going to be intimidated. If there's something wrong with these people, they're detached from reality. And once again, Seth Rogers uses what appears to be an AI photo of his own child, goes live once a month to collect the ad revenue, because if not, he doesn't get the money. And again, they didn't give any updates on Sebastian. The most crucial thing I heard from them was, we're not going to search. Have you read I've read it. Do you think they're going to get an immediate protective order for something they're claiming happened a month and 2 weeks ago? A month and a half ago? You need a protective order because White Boy called you a name? You need a protective order because Sane Outlaw went back to back with you on Twitter? You need a protective order because you're instigating everybody and they're responding? There is no court date. There is no court date. The E's are liars. The judge was actually on vacation when he's sitting there saying it was approved. And then you have his little idiots in my comment section. Ironically, one was Nana. You must have gotten lost, Nana. And in the words of Brittany, were you drunk, stumbling around, commenting on my shit? Oh, they didn't even watch the E's. They're going off the title. Ha ha ha. If I made a title right now that said Brittany J was served with the judge approved a slap against Brittany J, would you all be saying that? Oh, you didn't even listen to it. You just went off the title. Of course you'd go off the title because they're liars. They're absolute liars. The judge did not approve anything. She didn't even see it. But they knew that. They had it clickbait to get some views, didn't you, Ease? I hope you're making a lot of money off of the defamation you're putting on my name, Ease, because it is defamatory. Every time you repeat something they filed and you say these things as if you know what you're talking about, you are defaming me. You defamed me when you said I was looking at 20 years in jail. You defamed me when you said I'm looking at a misdemeanor now. And it's defamation, Ease. And if you're going to report, if you want to be the face of litigation, maybe you should face litigation, because that's where I'm at with it. Straight face that a sheriff loops them in on crimes before they act on intel because they're lived in the community a while. So now you're saying that now they're saying basically that the police are giving them insider information. I'm gonna have to inquire about that. That might be what do we call that? Interfering in an investigation. Thank you so much, Barbara. Every bit helps. Thank you so much. That is really kind of you. Thank you. If through wants to consider the filing being accepted by the court clerk and win, then okay. Good job, Green Team. Historically, that is not something celebrated. Just saying. Good point, Rocky. But I guess when 10 of their papers can't even make it through the minimum requirement, I guess it is a celebration, right? Well, even Brittany's ex-mod admitted that they're given talking points for sure. Absolutely.
It warns Blackburn that further misconduct may lead to sanctions or to referral for discipline. Blackburn has a professional obligation both to the court and to his client to state the law accurately, to collaborate in a respectful and constructive manner with fellow lawyers, and to allow this litigation to proceed efficiently. Now, I've been dealing with and reporting on court cases for many, many years, and it is highly unusual for a judge to include an entire section admonishing a plaintiff's attorney for being incompetent and unprofessional.
That's exactly it. Oh my God, we spelled our names right. Yay! Did anybody else see the thank you, Buckeye Gal. I'm going to stop this for a minute. Did anybody else see the Mr. and Mrs. Taco in the chat about their affidavits? They all use the religious play, don't they, Emily Pickles? Hey, Lifer Wine. Did anybody else see that? No? Well, let me give you a little breakdown of what's happening. Mr. and Mrs. Taco are saying that they did not put in those declarations. That's right, folks. They say that their words were twisted to come up with the declarations in which they did not actually put. Their statements were changed. Devil worshippers. I agree, hazel-eyed honey, yet here they all are, right? It's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. Why now? I don't know. I guess they've been listening in for a few and they finally got brave enough to speak up. Yes. Yes, they can be. So yeah. Of course they committed fraud on the court. We know it. But now we know it even more. Well, they think that Seth is being taken advantage of, is what they came to the conclusion of. They believe that Seth is being taken advantage of by these people, which I believe they are too. So no one even knew this boy or size of the family or folks involved till the case broke. Well, Hazel, nobody's talking about Sebastian today, so don't know what to tell you. Isn't that the way it works though? You come out and you ask the public's help in finding a missing loved one. The public speaks about it, and then, well, what usually doesn't follow is the father then sending out cease and desist and filing frivolous litigation. That normally doesn't take place. Malicious 10 when she left, you know who. I was curious to see who this terrible GW was. Love it here. Sasha, thank you so much. You wouldn't believe how many people I found that way. Well, that's fact. It wouldn't have gotten this bad if Seth didn't align himself with people just like him. After all, he's the general. Did anybody hear anything useful about, I saw somebody say the other day, wait, I'm just going to get into a lot of shit. You guys ready? Let's make sure the chat's awake because I'm going to say some things right now. I'm just going to put it all out. I don't even care. Put a 1 in the chat if you think we should just put it all out there. And just over it all. Put it 1. Put it all out. I didn't hear anything about Sebastian. Did anybody else? Did anybody actually hear Seth Rogers? I heard somebody say, I think it's great that the father of a missing child has a channel so he can keep his son's face out there, right? When have you seen Seth Rogers use that channel to keep his son's face out there? When? When he's using AI photos of him? When? He's not making community posts with his son's photos. Matter of fact, he's too busy out there saying shit like, oh, I taught him how to ride a bike, not Chris. That photo must be AI. Because your insecurities piked up? Is that what happened when Sebastian was there? Were your insecurities too strong? You couldn't handle the fact that Katie and Sebastian were over there living a family life? Did it bother you? Did it hurt that manly, masculine insecurity that you have? That nuclear family insecurity? Quote all of this for your next 7,000 exhibits, will you? I want the judge to know exactly what's been going on. Was your nuclear family ruined by that? Is that why you use AI photos? Huh? Why are you using AI photos? Your 4 days a month. 4 days a month he had that child. You mean to tell me he was daddy dears? How come when you were asked to take him a year ago, you said, I'll give him a year to get his shit together? Yet you're out here acting like you knew there was no issues. You knew there were issues. You knew there were issues. You didn't care to address them because it was more convenient for you to be that four times a month fun father with the matching recliners, right? I never heard somebody brag so much that them and their child has matching recliners. I got a matching tattoo with mine. A quote I said to her since she was a baby. I also got up with mine every day and I went to bed with them every night. Sitting out here, what do you miss the most? You miss the most is your son's shower and you're fucking creepy. Put that in your lawsuit. I think you're creepy. I have never heard a parent of a missing child be asked, what do you miss the most? And then respond, oh, them taking a shower. And then you say some weirdo shit like you go in and he's cocooned on the floor. That's fucking worrisome. You didn't take that as a red flag? Mr. Disney Dad? Who the fuck has a missing child and calls the parents that they want to come out here and publicly accuse 2 weeks after and say, I can't even watch TV. I can't even relax in my own home because they took my PlayStation. Go get a fucking Amazon stick for $40 fucking dollars. Matter of fact, you can get them for $25. You need to put Chris and Katie down so much because you can't stand the fact that they're so much far ahead. Out here lying to the folks that your rent was raised. Your rent wasn't raised. threat was never raised. And when that came out, then you all started to lie that they moved, right? But the only one that can't be found, ironically, is you to be served. You have an attorney over here in PA and his little associates who are not qualified for anything. One's not even qualified to lead the state. Open up your legal documents. Now, I know she tried to report that to the bar. She got the wrong bar, but bless her heart for trying. But why are they opening up? Why are you opening up mail that's meant for him? These people sit out here and they say and do the weirdest shit, and then they project their little fingers. I heard that Seth said the other night, correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't watch that shit show, but I heard that he stated, don't even ask me about Pennsylvania. Ugh, Eeyore ass. I don't have it in me. You don't have it in you? You don't have nothing in you, do you? You don't have a work ethic in you? You don't have a parenting bone in you? You don't have a masculine bone in you. In my opinion, you have nothing in you. But you sure as hell had it in you to send out cease and desist and tell people not to search for your son. You sure as hell had enough in you to join this frivolous litigation when your child's missing. You sure as enough had enough in you to get a girl in the bedroom and pay her $12,000. Not $1,200, $12,000. Oh, that's a big token, Amma. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I don't have it in me. You'll travel your heavy ass all the way to Pennsylvania in hopes of getting a ridiculous protective order, but you won't even drive yourself over to Hendersonville to search for your son. Shameful son of a bitch you are. What happens? If there's a resolution, does all your attention go away? Will Tony Mathis move on to the next person, brother? Will all the aunties and uncles just disappear and poof, like every army set before, like the Summer Wells Army, Cash Garland Army, and you'll become nothing more than another user in a chat that nobody gives a second glance to, and you know it, and everybody else knows it. What do you think, you're going to get me to shut up? You're going to shut up the rest of the internet too? You think if I get quiet, there won't be others that get louder? Wasn't that your saying, Seth Rogers? You take away my voice, and your answer was to file frivolous litigation when your child's missing, and then even think you guys tried to hand us over to TMZ? I can only fathom TMZ laughed their ass off. You had to teach them how to be a man. Seth Rogers, you went and got a motorcycle after the Proudfoot, didn't you? Yeah, screenshot that, Alma. Don't have a child do it, please. Huh. Who had to teach you how to ride a bike? You had to get permission to even ride. I can't. The fact of the matter is, and will always remain, that you're pathetic. You're pathetic. You were pathetic then. You're pathetic now. And the fact that you're using the disappearance of your child to even be seen is the most pathetic thing I've ever heard of. What happened in Nancy Grace's interview? Green team? What happened to the blob? Did that just disappear? Citing in Tennessee. But oh, we're going to come to Pennsylvania because we got to look at big badass Granny over there. You people sit out there with your bullhorns and you're protesting and hey, hey, ho, ho. Seth isn't a suspect. Let him go. Bullshit. But you want to take away other people's voices? It's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. And then Jennifer Coffenoffer's former FBI. Yeah. She studied the fucking grass that the cows were eating. Blessed be. If that doesn't come off in everything she says and does, I don't know what would. Of course they're all coming to intimidate. And I want the judge to see. I want the judge to see their 5'5", 400-pound man that claims he's afraid of me. I want Dog the Bounty Hunter and his pleather with his fake feather hair to come in that courtroom and admit that you're afraid of me. Bring Sleepy Jean over with you too, would you? Wake her up. Somebody bring her ass into court too. I want them all to sit there behind their goofy ass, uneducated, pathetic filing And let the judge know what insecure man children you all are. He brought up the shower again in his latest live, this time mentioning details, some very inappropriate stuff. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard that. You know, because I've been keeping my mouth shut. I barely even go live, allegedly speculating. Barely even go live. I go on Nonsense's panel for a little bit, and what do you know? The bitch that's crying fearful of me follows me over. And you know, you admitted something in that, Brittany, you dumbass. You admitted something. When Becky stated, when Nonsense stated that everybody involved in this has had some type of involvement in SA allegations, Nana says, I don't. Guess what, Nana? You're not involved. You Nimnod. Who made you feel like you're involved? Who the fuck even are you? Oh, that's right. You're the pathetic one that Brittany talks about behind her back. Okay. But what does Brittany say? Me neither. Oh, wow. Because 2 weeks ago, we were victim shaming. Oh, my gosh. You slipped up, though, didn't you? Delicacies? This grown man's calling his son's privates his delicacies? Oh, are you lost new account? I can fill you in. Me and Nonsense were having a conversation where we pointed out that these people are usually a cleanup crew where SA allegations are involved. For whatever reason, Brittany's playing me, although she's terrified of me. And she stops to respond. And Nana goes, they're saying everybody involved has had SA allegations. I haven't. And all excited to pitch in and co-sign that as Brittany to say, either have I. She paid her to do it, Bonnie O. You bought her an iPhone and a Chromebook so she could go at me? And I wish none of you would even tune in to that loon. I know she's going at Brittany. Who the fuck cares? Half the internet is. Not because of me, Brittany. Isn't it funny that Brittany says that I'm the one that caused everybody to go at her? Nonsense is going at me because of Granny, y'all. Jay's going at me because of Granny, y'all. Meanwhile, I'm not even in their streams because I can't stand to hear your voice. But then we find out you literally are encouraging people to go at me by paying for them to be able to go live? Huh. Put a 1 in the chat if you think the judge will love hearing that. Nana's going to cry when all the truth comes out that Brittany talks all the shit in the world behind her back like she does every single one before. Hey, Tato. No, that's what that little sociopath. What's your name? I'd love for you to come over and tell me what I did to Loon. What's your name? Just Irish. You had a cam slip. It was quite funny. If I was the asshole you pretend I am, I'd put it up on the screen. We'd all laugh at you, but I'm not going to. But I heard you say that you went and supported her because she was done wrong by Granny. Can you tell me how, when, where? Or are you going to wait a few more days until you see the truth? See, you people hate bonds so quickly, and then when you see the hate that comes out of these people, you're shocked. What? Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Well, that's why I've been keeping I've been practicing my personal growth, PD, but I'm done with that. The thing that really pissed me off is that he tries to stop people from searching and speaking. That's what that's what the cease and desist said. That's what it said. It said, you are not allowed to use my name or my son's name to search properties. You are not allowed to speak on anything pertaining to the disappearance of my son. What parent of a missing child says that? And let's go back. What month was that filed? That was early on. That was early on, wasn't it? Now give me just a second. Amy, thank you for the cash app. I want to acknowledge a tweet that was made, because these accusations are getting a little dangerous, right? Listen, I know UA fucked up. I'm not stupid. We all know she messed up, right? A lot of people mess up. But to take that mess up and to turn that into, oh, well, you know, maybe she's the one that passed around the CPS report. She didn't. She didn't. This is why we shouldn't make these whole maybes, right? Like, maybe they did this, maybe they did that. Maybe you should ask the people what happened instead of making accusations. And no disrespect to you, because I like you. Obviously, I like you saying outlaw, but they're dangerous and they're getting reckless. And I see a lot of these accusations are getting reckless. I never received a cease and desist. And yeah, what happened if spring comes? They're going to be there searching. What happened to that? What happened to Trump was there already. I thought they were going after that local priest. She saw them though, right? I don't know who saw what. I don't know who saw what. Now, I agree, PD. She needs to take a break. She needs to, you know, reassess some things. She got overly involved. I'll give that. But these other allegations, like, where's the proof that she was seeking money from people? Where's the proof that she was seeking drugs from people? Where's the proof of these accusations? Because they're dangerous. I don't like when people do them to me, and I don't think we should so recklessly do them to others. Where's Dog and his film crew? They're in Florida promoting his book. Oh, it's gone a little too far. Oh, did he say that, Cooper? I don't know. I don't have no damn child support paper, custody, whatever it's called. I don't have any, so I don't care. Team Tobeans, welcome back. Hey, Sammy. You have made a lot of growth, and I believe it's eating snoozy to a point of hatred. It is. It's been for years. She couldn't stand to see me doing anything. No, Yoga Mom. Green Hoodie is not a girl, and it's not UA. It's just, they're dangerous. What is the dad trying to hide? Let's get back to that. Early on, you're telling people to stop searching, not to say his name, blah, blah, blah. You're trying to prevent the blipboards. You're calling that a crime. Listen, I didn't follow the blipboard shit with barbecue because I wasn't on TikTok. I wasn't on TikTok to follow that. So I don't know if she put the money where she says she did or didn't. Apparently, she has receipts for it. What I do know is this filing is so frivolous that they accuse me of raising funds for blipboards that I never raised. I had nothing to do with the blipboards. It is dangerous, and it's not okay. Last week, everybody, you know, maybe not everybody liked her, but nobody was going around slandering. There's a big difference in what's happening now. Some of these allegations are dangerous, and they need to stop. Who even came up with the whole she was asking people for money, she was seeking out drugs? Who did that? I had nothing to do with it. But they put it in their filing, Gary. Not for Sebastian, making assumptions only hurts everyone, including Granny and Barbecue. Like 10 times or more, even offering free shirts, free bracelets, put your name on a list to volunteer for what? No, I don't think she wanted to help me find a lawyer. I know you can't stand her, Vivian. I see your comments. Barely makes a dime. The only reason she makes anything is because she's always in the middle of all this bullshit drama. Again, ask yourselves, who files litigation seeking to take away somebody's freedom of speech, says they're terrified, and then continues to speak on them? I don't think she can stop herself. It started in Jay's, the drug allegations when someone came on panel. But who was the someone? Like, what? Like, why are sub? Like, who's the sub saying that she reached out and asked me for money? She reached out and asked me for drugs. I want to know who started it because I want to see proof of it. You don't have to like her. Some man. Was it that vibrator guy? Are you in here? Oh, yeah, Jay, here. Vibrator, are you in here? Because I'd like to speak to you about what your claims were. Because I don't think they were very honest, if I'm being honest. I'd like to see proof. I didn't think he said she asked him for drugs. He suspected that's why she wanted to get in touch with him. Why? When people want to get in touch with me, I never think it has anything to do with drugs. Ain't that something, T. Adams? But wasn't she over there? Yeah, thank you so much for the cash app. I'm going to buy some liquids to drink because we're so sick. Ain't that something, T. Adams? She's pulling that again? Hey, Jay.
Hey, I just wanted to hop up because it was too much to type.
Yeah, I
But
appreciate that.
what happened was Southern Ish is actually the one that said she was on the phone with UA.
Okay.
And she said that UA was like freaking out and she was at a pharmacy and she told she told Southern Ish that she didn't have the money for her scripts. So that was how the money thing came up. It was Southern Ish, but she said she didn't give her any when I asked. And then Vibrator came up and just said that she had hit him up on X and it was weird that, she picked him out of everybody. You know what I mean? Like he was sus. And then when she said that about this prescriptions, that's when Vibrator said, well, I did say that I have, back pain or whatever. So that was how that all came out. But Ishii is the one that said she had like asked for money for scripts.
Did she send her money for the scripts?
I asked her and she said that she did not. And
So
that
for,
was
like-
all on the live. Like I said, well, did you send her money? And she said no. So I just went off what she said.
Hold on 1 second. I got a call.
Yeah, she did say she did not. So I guess after that was said, we were wondering, like, was anybody else reached out to? And then it turned into the discussion about it. But at no point, I don't think anybody said she did.
Did she ever ask for anything other than money? The answer was, I would rather not answer that. Who said they would rather not answer that?
I think it was Southern-ish, if I'm not mistaken, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Because I think I did ask her that after she said it was money, that she asked for money. I said, did she ever ask for anything other than money? And that was when she said she didn't want to answer. So that was the conversation. I just wanted to give some context. But Vibrator is a man. Yes. So that's who they're talking about, that it was a dude. Mm-hmm.
It was so weird. I got a call that said it was coming from Philadelphia, but the number was not a Philadelphia number. And now it left a voicemail, but they didn't answer me when I spoke. Give me 1 second. I'm going to call this voicemail and see what this is.
Okay. Oh, it was Vibrator that said they didn't want to answer? Okay. Sorry. I don't remember. Okay, so it was Vibrator that said they didn't want to answer. I don't remember, to be honest. He never gave context. No, he didn't. I think the one that made it seem, questionable was when Ish said it about, the prescription or whatever. Little Boston, she said she needed help. She did tell, Ish said she told UA she needed help. Yep. I know someone else said it. I don't know if Ish did. I might have missed it. Yeah, I don't know. It was PD. Yeah, I'm over it. It's over. Southern-ish. Hey, Potato. Didn't want to go into detail, though, when you asked if there was ever anything that made her feel uncomfortable. Right. Oh, my God, Gary. I'm not reading your comment.
Oh, that was weird. I don't know what the hell that was. Okay, so you guys text shows she said that she was waiting for a new insurance card, not asked for medication or money with Southern-ish.
I'm just telling you what Southern-ish said on my panel, just to give context. I don't have any, I don't have beef with UA. I don't want to debate it with her. I'm just giving context. is that Southernish stated that UA asked her for money to pay for a prescription, period.
Right.
End of story. That's all that was said. I asked if she ever asked for anything more than money. She was uncomfortable answering, and that was just how it went down. No more, no less. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I feel like some of it's gone a little too far. Like she didn't want to set around CPS reports, and
Oh, I didn't hear that.
yeah, and it's kind of like, listen, I get it. She fucked up, but I do feel like it was over. It was as simple as it was, right? Like, she wanted to get up there to confront Julie. She wanted they're out in drama, so she wanted everybody as drama involved as she, and she's going to get up there and be a badass on behalf of her and SF, and she felt she was entitled to a position up there. Then we find out, she's
Well, I
getting
think
blamed,
that
whatever.
entitlement is what gets her in trouble. So.
Right. Well, it's a boundary line, right? Like, she doesn't
It
know
was
where the
more
boundary
than that
line
for
is.
me, though. It was more than a boundary line. Like, I gave her a wrench on my channel. She started blocking, members that have been members for 30 some odd months. I mean, no,
Right,
it's
that's
more
it.
than that. Cussing at me, telling me, demanding I let her up. No, I don't want nothing to do with that. I
No,
don't
and I
care.
understand that. Like, I
I'm not
understand.
spreading rumors about her. I never said she sent any CPS docs. None of that happened on my channel. And I just,
No, I know you haven't, but I
yeah.
do think, like, from what you said to now, like, what's being accused of her, I think is such a far reach. Like,
Yeah, well, maybe
you know what I mean?
Southernish, she should reach out to Southernish for that, not you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Southernish is the one that said it. So if she didn't say it, maybe she needs to talk to Southernish about that.
But I also think she kind of feels like it doesn't, like, Southernish doesn't have a platform and the damage is done. So at this point, like, where do you go from there? Like, what do
Back
you
to
say?
TikTok, and with my opinion, but
I do think that asking SF if he wanted Clozapine was a joke. I don't think that her taking blood pressure meds and Xanax was a joke. I think that I could tell she was on Xanax a lot of the times. And listen, I'm not saying she didn't fuck up and she's not, a fuck up and all of that. But I do think when we take something like that and then we try to over intensify it when it's really simple, it becomes dangerous, right? Like, the rumors are dangerous towards her.
I don't know. I just don't think she's that important. I don't think people really care that much about her. I think this is her getting attention yet again. But thank you for letting me give context. I don't want to talk about her anymore. So I'm going to
You're
hop down,
welcome.
Granny. Thank you.
I think both people on TikTok people on X are still talking about her. And, for me, it's not about giving attention. It's about what is right and what is wrong, right? Like, without proof of some of the claims, they are dangerous. I just think they're a little reckless, and I don't like it. I get people are over, I'm over, I get all of that, but I do have a part of me still is empathetic that is like, we still need some type of proof to accusations of such, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I get it. Get forgiven and brought back in. I can see it. This is that kind of person that somehow gets let back in time and time again. Well, see, the thing is, I distance myself from UA well before anybody else. So she's not getting back in via me, but I do still feel like some of the claims are a little reckless and dangerous. I do get that she put the target on her back herself. I'm not taking that away. I still think we have to be a little careful. I mean, because there's a lot of allegations that are going on that are reckless. That they didn't come, the CPS documents, as far as I know, didn't originate from her. If she saw them or not isn't up to me to determine. I don't know. I don't think anybody should have saw them. I certainly don't want to see them. Yeah. I just, that's what it is, right? Like, now we're just going to put everything on her, and I don't like that. I don't like it. She's done shit, but, some of the things I don't think she's done. I just think it went a little too far. I was sick of hearing her on every panel all damn day. No, I think it's over on Twitter, mental block. It is what it is. I just want to touch on it. What I really want to touch on is the fact that the Green team's trying to use this as some type of validation. And if you want to use this validation, then go seek her out in litigation. The fuck? Like, you don't get to sit here and put things on her, and then yet I'm paying for it in a lawsuit. Go seek her out through litigation. But you can't. You can't, right? Because you only have somebody that can practice in PA and she's not in PA. Right. Casual. I agree. Yeah, but I don't think she's like some like hidden mole or some shit. I don't think there's a such thing as a mole. Like, I don't feel any different than I felt a few days ago when I spoke on, is what I'm saying. Was sickening. She's attention. Well, gee, Kenna, tell us how you really feel. I don't think she was seeking out pain pills. I don't know. That's the thing though. You guys got to be careful. Like, I know being in discords together and you start to communicate and you like a chatter that you see in every chat. Next thing you know, you're in DMs together. You have to be careful. If Yep taught us anything, that's what it taught us, right? Like, everything. Just be careful. Don't trust people so dang easily. That's what I'm saying. A mole for what? And then let's go into this whole packet thing. They're denying that there's a packet, right? But the proof was when Goofy Smiley over there showed it. You guys may not want to call it a packet, but you certainly were receiving emails. You were receiving emails that were telling you talking points. Every time you went live and you said, for immediate release by at night, you were doing their dirty work. We all recall Tony Mathis saying, if I could get a handful of YouTube channels to give us 20 minutes a night or a week, right? She's an utter genius. Instructions, right? Talking points. Marshall, thank you so much for the Cash App. That's what they need a mole for. But the thing is, like, oh, you haven't seen the packet? You have a screenshot. Hold on. Shall do. She even said during this that she got an email or a private text from Nick. And this was her talking points for the show. She said, Nick sent me, and this is public update on search for Sebastian. And then it goes through, and this is a message to her cell phone from Nick telling her what to speak about on her live. And she says as much. Katie pleads the Fifth Amendment protection invoked by Katie Proudfoot. That's a packet. That is speaking points. That's what that is. That is telling her what to say and what to speak on. Every time they went live and they read that shit, they were doing what they were meant to do. They can deny it now. Let me download it and play it.
I'll send it to you, Josh. Let me get back to my
Hey, Sophia.
because you know me, I don't know how to put all this crap up here. Hold on a minute. Y'all don't look at me this morning. Hold on a minute.
Nobody looks at you any morning. You had to fake the FBI coming to you to even be seen. Shut up.
I'll send it over to you.
Hey, Northern Light.
Hold on. I will send it to you. There was 2 parts to it. But this is the most interesting part. Look at number 3. Look at number 3.
Oh, look, a private message from Nick right before she goes live.
And there was.
And I like how it says allegedly Katie has been, encouraged to invoke her fifth. I'm going to get into all of that too. I'm going to put it all out there. Daytime of live. Notice how Chris P was spoken on by BJ last night and Noah's member speaking on him this morning. Yes, they definitely have an agenda. Notice how Chris Proudfoot was spoken on by BJ last night, Noah's member speaking on this morning. Funny how both Spanky and BJ are now saying the date time of live. What do you mean the date? Like, oh, it's March 31st at 10:50 a.m., like that? I think I'm the whatever.
And I had that open. That's what I was.
I think it's the thing you get. What does that say up there? What is she saying up there? Never mind. I think it's the thing you get called to table. What does that mean? Oh, she's such a loser.
Just reading.
Yeah, it's different because it's sent to the creator's personal cell phone, so I'd make it different. Put a 1 in the chat if you think, and for them to send it to creators' personal phones, it is for them to speak about it. Put a 1 if you agree with me. Put a 2 if you don't. If you think, they're just friends sharing information. These guys are just cool with that night, and they're just sending each other little sweet texts. Or if you think they're sending it so that these creators go live and speak on it.
But I was just going to go and read. Sorry.
Looks like a docket to me. Looks like a docket to you. Rico Polo. Right. Lots of ones coming in, so a lot of other people believe. It's not about Jay's panel. It has nothing to do with that. It's about the allegations on X. It's nothing to do with Jay's panel. It has nothing to do with Jay. It's about allegations going on X. It's about being alleged of being a serial killer. It's about allegations of drug purchasing. It's about allegations of sending out CPS documents. It's not personal to Jay. It has nothing to do with Jay. Nothing at all. And they're really, no, I don't think she did either. She said as much, remember? Do I need to pull that up? Where's hold on. Stay right there. I'll pull it on up for you. Think it's a short. And it's BJ's good friend admitting some things. I remember it. I believe it's this. Yep. Can't stand the intro because I can't stand the person, but hold on.
Angela, I know you probably don't believe me, but I swear on my life, that's how I'm finding out everything. I have had one talk with Lesniak, which I told you about. I have not heard anything else back. They don't talk to me about anything. From what I can see with any other of the plaintiffs, I don't think they get talked to either. I have no clue what's going on. Everything that I know, you know, I've told you everything. I mean, it's an absolute shit show. And then you got this stuff with Hong. I don't know. I mean, whatever the hell Hong is doing, I mean, that makes me. I do think in a lot of regards, Granny's full of shit with some of the.
She's not even caught up to date with what her own little friends are doing. She's not caught up to date with it. She doesn't know anything. They're not giving her packets. She says as much. They don't even like
stuff
her.
To her. Like, she's got a crackpot attorney. But, I mean, as far as.
Crackpot attorney that's going to work for me. How's yours doing?
There's knowing anything? I don't know shit either. You know what I know. And I wish it's embarrassing. Actually, it's really embarrassing because I get that it's what do you call it, free or whatever, but fuck, even with a free attorney, pro bono, they consult with you.
Oh, is that why I sound like an attorney? Because mine actually consults with me. Oh. Why are you guys putting it on Jay? I'm not putting anything on Jay. You guys are. I'm not doing that. I don't think I'm not saying it was Jay that did anything. You guys get so defensive immediately thinking that I'm blaming somebody that you magically go into defending them when I'm not blaming them. I don't think Jay's responsible for any of this.
I don't know. then what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this weird top secret chat crap? Like,
Oh, what is
who
it?
are these people? Like, I don't even recognize their names.
You're not included.
Is it multiple chats? Like, I'm not in any of this stuff.
I'm
Which,
not.
like, this is
Oh, you're not in any of the group chats?
absolutely. It really pisses me off because it's like I'm seeing people in these chats where it looks like they're, in on the know or whatever, and none of these people are the plaintiffs at all.
And none of these people are litigants. But they're in the know-all, and we're not. Is that why you went into the filing, BJ? Because you thought it'd give you insider information to the case? You sicko? Is that why you did it? Huh.
The last time I talked to Julie, which, I mean, Julie, I don't know where she's at with this, but the last I talked to her or Betty, I'm not alone. They're not talking to them either about anything. Like, we're all kind of out of the loop.
Oh, they left up. Is that because you're going to be deposed? You better get to answering those questions.
It does make me wonder where is Lesniak in all of this, because
he certainly isn't the one in the courtroom filing the paperwork or filling it out.
He literally, I talked to him. You know what I mean? He's absolutely the attorney over this. I don't understand where he's.
She had a question if he was even her attorney. That's how bad it is. Hey, mother of two boys. You sicko. Tell me, doesn't it sound like that? Does anybody agree? Sounds to me like she joined in this litigation because she wanted to go ahead and get some attention. She wanted to know the insider information to the case. And when she realized it didn't give her insider information, and if anything, instead, it's going to fuck you over in the long run. Sign a lawsuit, or they just in court? No, literally, it was stated the other day when Julie wanted that declaration removed from the filing. They said Hong removed it. Hong shouldn't be able to remove anything. He's not the attorney to remove anything. That was Julie. Julie claimed that. But she's the type of person with such little sense. I'm sure she buys stupid fancy importance they try to pretend. Yeah, she didn't want to see differently because she wanted to feel part of. She wanted to feel included. That's what it came down to. Include me. I want to be part of it. I think she enjoys being part of a group. Right, and then she realized that group didn't really include her. Now she's seeking for another one, and yep. Betty knew BJ would jump at the carrot. Okay, so that's the other thing, right? Betty, let's go back over to here. Oh, boy. The stupidity is astounding. Honey, I never defamed you. She don't even know what the word defame means. Let me X out this. Betty with her exculpatory evidence. She's such an idiot.
Actually, I'm coming here to find out what all happened today. Oh, I got a clip. Remember those hate channels? One of the reasons why they started attacking me is because they just thought it was absolutely disgusting and deplorable to be protesting.
Oh, so you mean to tell me this went further back than Sebastian Rogers? Actually, let me show you how far it goes back. Let me show you how far it goes back. Betty, did you try to file a privacy strike against me 2 years ago? I thought that the hate channels attacked you because of Sebastian. I thought it was an enterprise set to attack everybody defending Seth Rogers. But Betty privacy struck me 2 years ago. She tried to Not privacy strike. She tried to strike my channel twice. Back when.
Oh, disgusting and deplorable to deal with a porn. How dare her? How dare her? And then they were talking about pulling a Betty. Well, if it's so repulsive that you guys have had this hate for years because of it, now all of a sudden it's okay because you want to do it.
Who's protesting? Anybody? Who's protesting? What is she talking about with her smirky, nasty self? What are you talking about? Who's protesting, Betty? Are you talking about protesting Lasniak? Did that scare you? I'm going to find where you try to privacy strike me, Betty. And I found old videos of you and Molly. Sure did.
That's hypocritical AF. Eat that. Suck it. Suck it. I'm just saying.
What the fuck is happening here? Kay Miller, thank you so much for the Venmo. Thank you. What is she talking about here? Anybody know? I gotta rewind this because that just got weird.
Disgusting and deplorable to be protesting. Oh, disgusting and deplorable to deal with a porn. How dare her? How dare her? And then they were talking about pulling a Betty. Well, if it's so repulsive that you guys have had this hate for years because of it.
You weren't protesting. You were harassing families. Shut up.
Now all of a sudden it's okay because you want to do
Hey, Miller,
it.
thank you.
That's hypocritical AF.
What? You know what's hypocritical AF? Everything that comes out of your mouth, you freak.
Eat that! Suck it! Suck it!
So she's seeking a protective order against me and she's screaming, suck it? Is this normal? Is this behavior normal? Is this the professional woman? Oh my God. What the hell is going on? Ew, Eileen Warnos.
And they didn't even choke when they were coughing that out of their mouth either. Somebody clipped it and sent it to me. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay.
Look at the wart on her nose. What is going on here? Can anybody tell me? What's she talking about?
Oh, they got Betty all up in their mouth. How does Betty taste?
Probably how the cop described you, smelly and fucking weird. Hey, vibrator. Right, Sophia, that's my point.
Oh, good gracious.
Oh, okay. Is that when you pray to God before or after you laugh like a sociopath on fucking steroids? Good gracious. She scares me, mocking media. She scares me. That woman's not, you're not normal. Yeah, suck it. Didn't even choke on it. Like, you're gross. You're gross. And then you claim you're an advocate for a missing child. They all do that fake laugh. And the only time these people laugh is when they're giddy like that. Like, giddy over, like, drama and bullshit. It's disgusting. That's why they don't give Betty and Brittany any of the insider scoop, because they're lunatics. They're absolute lunatics. That you can't be trusted. There's something wrong with you. They know it. You guys were just useful idiots for this filing. And guess what? When push comes to shove, they're not going to protect you out here. I can almost guarantee it. They will not protect you out here. Matter of fact, Brittany, are you getting any of the emails that my attorney sent into your attorney about you? Probably not. Probably not. They don't even speak to you. There's something wrong with these people. Yeah, that's like, she reminds me of Eileen Warnos. There's just something wrong with her. It's so gross. I've never seen nothing like it. All these people are like that. And then Seth over there, what did he call his son's privates? His delicacies? Are you kidding me? Oh, we got to hear that. I didn't want to have to pull this guy up, but we got to hear it. Delicacies? And with the avatar, I'm sorry, that avatar doesn't even, just AI to me, but let's see. You people think this is normal. Okay. Oh, right here. Let's see. Makes me sick.
So that way,
why isn't Seth over there telling this channel about this big enterprise? And because you know what I noticed, even when he said, don't ask me about Pennsylvania, right? Don't ask me about Pennsylvania. Why aren't you telling the people over there about this big enterprise that's trying to destroy you and the search efforts for your son, Seth? Why aren't you doing that? Because most of these people don't watch these little drama click-off channels you have, you know, the arms of your organization. So they don't know what's going on. Most of these people just see this guy as a grieving father, not even aware that he's filed this frivolous litigation instead of searching for his son. You would think if he stood by what he feels, and if he believed what he wrote in his filing, that he'd be talking about on his channel. Then again, the guy doesn't even use his community tab to post his own son's photos, so. You know, K. Miller and SS, that's why I think we need to get louder. They said they're coming to PA. Look at this weirdo.
people can
You're so weird. You're so weird. Look at his, ugh.
print off
What is wrong with his eyes? Why did he go like cockeyed like a month ago?
the newer one. Sebastian have bedtime routines.
Tell them, Seth. Tell them how the course labeled you borderline abusive over the bedtime routines. Tell them that you won't.
Again, at my house, yeah, it was, take a shower, brush your teeth.
What are all these lovely boxes behind him? He still got his Christmas tree up. How sweet. Where's a photo of your
Make
son?
sure you wash your hair and your face, and you're a guy, wash underneath your delicacies.
Wash underneath your delicacies. What the fuck did he? What is that? What did he just say? Wash your face and your delicacies?
Face, and you're a guy, wash underneath your delicacies.
Have any of you ever sent your teenager to bed and said, wash your face and under your delicacies? From today till Thursday. I hope the judge makes a hearing for Friday. Why are they in Pennsylvania? Got to get all their ducks in a row.
And then get out of the shower, brush your teeth, put on deodorant, then get jammies on, and
Get jammies on. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I don't believe these people are in Pennsylvania. I'll just tell you that. He does say delicacies. It's right there. We just played it.
From there, it was more, after the shower, relax, hot shower, kind of relaxes him better, and get him ready. And
get him. You got your 15-year-old ready for bed?
I know that, he was 15. I still tucked him.
No, you didn't. You lie. He lies. He lies so much. How can't people see through this? This is weird. This is too weird.
Love Wins had a question. When the live is over, you're going to go back and read all the comments to make sure you didn't miss anything or any, all ideas. Absolutely. I can tell you.
You notice this time they highlighted things that weren't super chats. Yeah, get them ready. Yeah, get them ready. Tuck them in. Yeah, did all those things. Delicacies. I mean, listen, it's right here in the transcript. Delicacies. Right there in the transcript.
Come
on, Ellie.
And then wash underneath. Make sure you wash your hair and your face, and you're a guy, wash underneath your delicacies.
And then he even did the motion too. He does the motion. I mean, this is weird. I'm sorry, this is weird. Look at that again, and look at him. What is wrong with your? Are you okay?
You're a guy.
Are these people okay?
Wash underneath your delicacies.
I mean, he simpled how to wash underneath his delicacies. What is going on here? I don't care what he meant. He said what he said. He said delicacies. That's fucking weird. Okay? Delicacies. Delicacies. Hey, son, go wash underneath your delicacies. What's AMW? Nobody pays me. You can pay me by a thumb up. What does that mean? Yeah, delicacy is yummy. Mm-hmm. Tony looks like a freak too. What's going on there? Unnecessary details. He could have just said he showered before bed, put on his jammies, and went to sleep. Mm-hmm. This is why I don't watch this type of shit, though, because these people are weird. And Betty with her exculpatory evidence.
He had a crush on Taylor Swift. Can't blame the kid. I mean, hormonal children, or
There it goes again. Why does he have to bring up hormonal children? Can't blame the kid. I just happened to click a timestamp. I didn't even choose that on purpose. That's weird too. Your teenager had a crush on a woman. That's it. That's all. Why does he have to bring up anything about hormonal? I mean, you guys don't find this shit creepy?
He had a crush on Taylor Swift. Can't blame the kid. I mean, hormonal children, or teenagers. Of course they have, but yes.
Why even have to bring up that they're hormonal? We don't all know that teenagers are hormonal. I mean, first off, they can have a crush and then not be hormonal. What does that even mean? Overshares again. I mean, I just clicked a random link at that timestamp.
Get to a point where we start making these phone calls and whatnot. And I think that if you would email wearesebastiansarmy@gmail.com with your name and phone number.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want to listen to any of this. They're busy filing litigation instead of, searching.
But ask them to do that, and they will comply for the most part, and they'll put his picture back up there because they can apply. That's how they do it, and the only way to not do it is to go in there and speak to them in person and tell them, ask them, don't tell them, but ask them to do that, and they will comply for the most part.
They will comply. Like, he really thinks he's in some sort of control. I can't stand him. I'm sorry. I don't like him. I think he's a fraud. I think everybody was suckered. I happened to catch Dolly live the other day, and I was so relieved that he said everything he had to say because it was all on point. Every bit of it was on point to me. All the time. Every little bit of it, Colleen C. From him sitting on random panels, he has to make sexual jokes, to even making remarks like that right now. Everything is sexual with that guy. It's fucking creepy. Ugh. Not on YouTube. And they go live once a month so he can get the money from it. That's it. It's fucking weird. All about the crush. When months back, he had no idea Sebastian had a crush on her. Right. Good point, KT. Just like when he was asked if Sebastian knew how to ride a bike, he said no. But when Chris put out a footage of him teaching Sebastian how to ride a bike, he said, I taught him. Is he bug? Well, I'm good. We're going to head over there. I appreciate all of you spending the morning with me. Again, I'm not blaming Jay for anything. Jay is my friend. Jay will always be my friend before UA. I can make that very fucking clear. I cut UA off weeks ago. I do have empathy, though. And I do know some allegations go too far. And if, that makes me a bad person, then so be it. I just think we need to be a little more cautious with what we're participating in. We got to stop with these pitchforks of hate going after people. She fucked up. Let the girl go. But all these accusations of, is she a serial killer? Is she a drug dealer? Is she a drug seeker? Is she a scammer? Is she, she's nothing. She's nothing more than an idiot that got overly involved in a case. Leave her alone. You know what I mean? Like, we're not like these people. Let's stop doing shit like that, man. The girl fucked up. Let her go. Goodbye. I don't think anybody's chasing her to come back, right? So let her go by. But it has nothing to do with Jay. I was never accusing Jay of anything. I don't think Jay's responsible for any of the accusations going on by any means. I think that we could all do a little bit better when it comes to shit like that. That's all. Again, UA's not coming over here. She's not coming up on panels. She was coming on panels before that. Yeah, but they're saying horrible things that simply aren't true, and it's not good. Get away, Nelly, to feed into that, right? Like, we don't need to feed into that because he's just as gross. Birds of a feather flock together. Here, I got a song for you, Brittany J. Well, no, I don't, because you don't cross my mind enough. I'll tell you. I think he's talking about when he was younger, because to me, it does seem like he had it. He said, I know he's 15, but I still tucked him in. That's weird. No, you didn't. You didn't tuck in your 15-year-old after telling him to wash his delicacies and saying that, he has a crush on Taylor Swift because he's hormonal. No, I wasn't blaming her. Stop, not having it again. It started, but it didn't start on Jay's panel. It actually started via X with SF. Along for distance. She also needs to learn cause and effect. No, I agree. They are talk terrible things, UA's turn. Right. And they're loving it. And that's fine. These people are sick. They get off on things like that. I don't. Apparently they're here in PA, right? Apparently they're here in PA. Maybe I should make a police report just in case, because I don't trust these people all being together. I'll tell you that right now. I don't trust it. I don't. What was your question? I didn't see it, Sammy. I'm sorry. Do you find it weird when Seth was asked, where do you think Sebastian would have gone if he ran away? And he said, my house, yet he didn't go to his house when he first heard he was missing. Yeah. I think that's something we pointed out from the very beginning, isn't it? That he didn't bother to stop by his apartment. He didn't bother to drive the route that Sebastian would have went if he walked to his house. Nothing. My question is, did he tuck him in before he went to work or when he got home after work in the morning? Good point. I thought he was sleeping underneath the bed. What is the deal with PA? I think they're claiming they're coming here for this protective order that the judge hasn't even read yet. So I don't know. I don't know what other reason they would have to claim they're coming to PA other than the restraining order that the judge hasn't seen yet, that they need because of something that supposedly happened over a month ago. I haven't, Crafty Girl, but I'm sure he knows by now. Try the cell. Oh, and that's the other thing. Their little, we got death threats in October or November they're trying to use against me now? Anybody else remember when Hong wanted me to call that out so my attorney emailed him? You can't use that against me when you're publicly telling me to call it out, so you didn't think it had anything to do with me. How are you, friend? Are you gonna? Yeah. They did. They said they're going to Pennsylvania. Yes. Let's say speculating only. The PF hid to meet up with the head of the enterprise because he's tethered to PA. It's a shame they can't go meet in Tennessee and search, right? What a shame that is. Anyway, I'm done. We'll be back. I'm thinking about a lot to say. Right. It was wrong for the Proudfoots to get an RO against a woman who drove from Florida to Tennessee to drive around their neighborhood, go where they shop, wear shirts of Crystal Honor, make threats of buying a pew and all types of things. That was wrong. But yet they need one. Come stay with you for any accommodation. If when there's a but, they got to continue to gaslight folks or restrict. I know. That's why the E's are out there lying. They just want to intimidate you. They're wasting their time showing up when a judge hasn't even looked at their pathetic motion. Right. Thank you. And also, please, right, know the difference between accepted and approved. And not only that, don't forget, they just put out a 10K hit on us. People are going to see right through. The judge is going to see right through it. But if she doesn't, well, blessed be. I lose all faith. Right, she needed a machete to search. I mean, come on. But imagine trying to use a slap motion now to win. Mental block. I guess when you can't even get things approved to make it onto the docket, which is the bare minimum. Put the correct date, have the verifications, have the right case number, have the right plaintiffs and defendants, right? It's so simple, but they still lost 10 of them. 10 of them didn't make it through the docket. Oh, moderator, they put out, oh, do you, Brandy? Shoot me a message. Send me an email. I'll give you my number. They put out $10,000 reward for information on, and they listed like our names, like Granny's Watching, Queen Bee, Jay. $10,000 for doxing information on us. That's a 10K hit, if you ask me. Brandy, I'm very interested in that. You'll have to shoot me an email. I did not see you say that. Where? Where was NK spotted? They are. The E's did a video on them and said that these guys are Jerry Springer. They don't bring anything good. I do. I feel like I'm watched all the time, to be honest. Yeah, because they weren't supposed to enter exhibits. The judge is going to see right through that, too. This was like 2 weeks ago. I'll have to look into that, Wandering Sub. Thank you, CJK. It is ridiculous. At Funeral Plunder showed it. Thank you, Daisy Duke. All right, guys. I really appreciate you spending the morning with me. I am out of here. Maybe. I do feel that way, though, straight. I'm not even joking. Yeah. I constantly feel like I'm being watched. Absolutely, I do. It's eerie, to say the least. But I appreciate all of you. K. Miller, thank you again. Thank you guys for the Cash Apps. Pristine, thank you so much for the Give, Send, Go. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, I shall see you around on these streets. Have a great night or day and night.